the body changes. It is not a prison, but a new landscape. We are taught to measure life by the steps we take, but what if the truest journey is inward? We will explore 5 practices to find freedom when movement is limited. The last one changes not just your body, but your entire perception of the world. Stay for this. Conscious breathing. The first thing we must understand is that the foundation of all energy is not in the muscles, but in the breath. From the first moment of life to the very last, it is the breath that sustains us. Yet for most of our lives, we treat it as an unconscious background process. We do not pay attention to it unless we are running for our lives or the doctor tells us to take a deep breath. But as the body's ability for large external movements changes, we have an opportunity to turn our attention to the most potent internal movement we possess, to shift from walking across the land to exploring the landscape within. This is not a lesser activity, it is a more refined one. It is the beginning of a new kind of training. The practice is simple in its instruction, but profound in its depth. Find a comfortable chair where your back can be straight but not rigid. You do not need to sit on the floor or hold a difficult posture. The aim is comfort, to allow the body to be at ease. Place your hands on your lower belly. Now, simply observe your breath as it is. Do not force it. Do not try to make it deeper or slower. Just watch. Feel the gentle rise of your belly as the air comes in and the gentle fall as it goes out. The mind will wander. This is its nature. It will think about the past, worry about the future, make a list of tasks. When this happens, do not judge. Do not become frustrated. Simply notice that the mind has wandered and gently guide your attention back to the feeling of the breath in your belly. This practice, done for 5 or 10 minutes each day, begins to rewire the nervous system. The constant state of low-grade stress, the fight or flight mode that so many live in, is fueled by shallow, rapid, chest-level breathing. By consciously breathing into the diaphragm, into the belly, you are activating the parasympathetic nervous system. You are sending a direct, non-verbal signal to your brain that says, "I am safe. All is well." This is the state where the body can truly rest and repair. It lowers blood pressure, calms the mind, and reduces the feeling of anxiety that often comes with physical limitation. It is the most fundamental form of self-regulation. Over time, this is no longer just an exercise you do, but a state you can access at any time. When a feeling of frustration or sadness arises, you can return to the breath. It becomes an anchor in the storm of emotions and thoughts. You begin to realize that your sense of well-being is not dependent on whether you can walk 5 miles or 1. It is dependent on the quality of your internal state, and the master key to this state is the breath. By cultivating this simple internal movement, you are building a foundation of peace and stability that no external circumstance can take away from you. You are discovering that the most powerful source of vitality was with you all along, waiting to be noticed. Spinal flow. Let us consider the body as a house. The limbs, the arms and legs are the doors and windows. They allow us to interact with the world outside, but the spine is the central pillar. It is the structure that holds the entire house up. It is also the main conduit through which the energy and information of the nervous system flows. When our ability to walk decreases, we often become more sedentary. We sit for longer periods. And the first thing to suffer from this lack of movement is this central pillar. It becomes stiff, compressed, and dormant. The flow of energy becomes stagnant, like a river that has been dammed. This contributes more to the feeling of being old and stiff than the age of the body itself. Therefore, the next practice is to gently reawaken this central channel. This is not about forceful stretching or complex yoga poses. It is about simple, mindful, and fluid movement, done from the safety and stability of a chair. Sit toward the front of your chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands on your knees. On your inhalation, gently arch your back, drawing your chest forward and looking slightly upward, as if opening the front of your body to the sun. Do not force it, just feel a gentle opening. On your exhalation, slowly round your spine, tucking your chin to your chest and drawing your navel inward, like a cat stretching its back. Feel the space being created between each vertebra. Repeat this movement slowly, letting your breath guide the pace. Another simple practice is a seated spinal twist. Sit tall and on an exhalation, gently turn your torso to one side. You can use your hands on the armrest or the back of the chair to guide the movement, but the action should come from your core. Only go as far as is comfortable. Hold for a breath or two, feeling the gentle rotation along the length of your spine. Then, on an inhalation, return to the center, and on the next exhalation, twist to the other side. The goal is not to achieve a deep twist. The goal is to simply move the spine in a way that it is not used to moving when you are sitting still. It is like bringing water to a dry part of the garden. These simple, gentle movements, practiced daily, prevent the spine from becoming a rigid rod. They keep the small muscles and ligaments supple, improve circulation to the vertebrae, and stimulate the flow of the nervous system. A person with a supple, mobile spine will feel younger and more vital than a person with a stiff, locked spine, regardless of their chronological age. You are tending to the core structure of your being. By ensuring the central river is flowing, you maintain a sense of fluidity and ease throughout your entire system. You are reminding your body that it is not a static object, but a living, breathing, and dynamic organism, capable of graceful movement even within a limited range. Hand cultivation. We often forget the profound connection between our hands and our minds. The hands are our primary tools for interacting with the physical world. They allow us to feed ourselves, to dress ourselves, to hold a pen, to touch the face of a loved one. A vast portion of our brain's motor cortex is dedicated solely to the control of the hands. When we lose strength and dexterity in our hands, we lose a significant piece of our independence and our agency in the world. It can be a source of deep frustration and a constant reminder of physical decline. Therefore, to cultivate the hands is to cultivate the mind and preserve our connection to life. This is a practice of immense importance. The practice begins with awareness. Simply take a moment to look at your hands. Observe the lines, the textures, the history they hold. Then begin with simple movements. Slowly open your fingers as wide as you can, feeling the stretch. Then slowly close them into a gentle fist. Do not clench with force, just a slow, deliberate opening and closing. This simple action brings blood flow and awareness back to the hands. You can do this while watching television or sitting and talking. It is a quiet, internal form of cultivation. Another practice is to use a soft rubber ball or a ball of cloth. Gently squeeze it, hold for a few seconds, and release. Feel the muscles of your forearm engage. This is not about building powerful muscles, but about maintaining the neurological pathways and the existing strength. Go further. The dexterity of the hands is about fine motor control. Practice touching your thumb to the tip of each finger, one by one, from the index finger to the pinky and back again. Do it slowly at first, focusing on making a clean connection. As it becomes easier, you can increase the speed. This is a powerful exercise for the brain, reinforcing the intricate connection between intention and physical action. You can also practice writing the alphabet in the air with your index finger. These small, precise movements keep the mind sharp and the hands responsive. They fight against the stiffness of arthritis and the slowness that comes with disuse. By dedicating a few minutes each day to hand cultivation, you are doing more than just exercising your fingers. You are making a powerful statement. You are saying, I will remain an active participant in my world. I will maintain my ability to care for myself. I will keep my connection to the physical world alive. The confidence that comes from being able to open a jar, button a shirt, or write a letter is immeasurable. It is the difference between feeling helpless and feeling capable. In this simple practice, you are tending to the very tools that allow you to express your will and your heart in the world. You are preserving not just function, but dignity. Rooted standing. One of the greatest fears that accompanies the aging process is the fear of falling. This fear is a powerful enemy. It creates a vicious cycle. Because we are afraid of falling, we become hesitant to stand or walk. Because we sit more, the muscles that support our balance weaken. Because our balance weakens, the fear of falling increases. We become trapped in a shrinking world, governed by this fear. The antidote to this is not to attempt brave feats of walking, but to go back to the very foundation of stability and cultivate it as a practice. We must learn to stand not as a fragile structure, but as a rooted tree. The practice is called rooted standing. Find a safe space in your home, perhaps in a corner or next to a sturdy piece of furniture like a kitchen counter that you can hold on to if you feel unsteady. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. The first step is to simply feel your feet on the floor. For a moment, bring all of your attention to the soles of your feet. Feel the points of contact with the ground. Feel the texture of the floor through your socks or shoes. Now, gently rock your weight forward onto the balls of your feet and then back onto your heels. Do this very slowly, then rock your weight from side to side. You are exploring the boundaries of your base of support. Once you feel settled, find the center point where your weight is evenly distributed. Bend your knees just a tiny amount so they are not locked. Let your arms hang loosely at your sides. Your spine is straight but relaxed. Now, just stand, breathe for 1 minute. Your goal is not to do anything. Your goal is to be stable. Imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet deep into the earth, anchoring you. If you feel perfectly stable, you might try letting go of your support for a few seconds. If you feel a wobble, simply hold on again. The wobble is not a failure. It is your body learning. It is your nervous system recalibrating and strengthening its ability to maintain equilibrium. This practice, done consistently, rebuilds the body's proprioceptive sense, its internal map of where it is in space. It strengthens the small, stabilizing muscles in the feet, ankles, and legs that are crucial for balance. But more importantly, it rebuilds your confidence. It directly confronts the fear of falling in a safe, controlled environment. You are teaching your body and your mind that you can be stable, that you are not a fragile leaf at the mercy of the wind, but a tree that can stand with quiet strength. This internal feeling of rootedness will then translate into all of your movements, making you feel more secure, more confident, and freer to move within your own home and your own life. Mindful seeing, the final practice, is the most profound. It addresses the belief that when our physical world shrinks, our life shrinks with it. We believe that life is out there, on trips, at events, in activities. When we can no longer access these things easily, we can fall into a despair, believing that our life of richness and discovery is over. But this is based on a misunderstanding of where life is truly experienced. Experience does not happen out there. It happens within our own consciousness. This final practice is about discovering the infinite universe that exists right in front of you, wherever you are. It is the practice of mindful seeing. Find a comfortable place to sit, perhaps by a window. Choose one small thing to be the object of your attention. It could be a single leaf on a tree outside, a cloud in the sky, a crack in the sidewalk, a flower in a vase, the grain of wood on a table. The instructions are simple. For 3 minutes, just look at this one thing, but look at it as if you have never seen it before. Do not name it. Do not think that is a leaf. The word leaf is a label that stops us from truly seeing. Instead, just observe its qualities. Notice its exact shade of green. Notice the way the light reflects off its surface. See the intricate network of veins. See the tiny imperfections on its edge. Do not try to analyze it or understand it. Simply let the visual information enter your eyes. Your mind will want to create stories. That leaf will fall soon. I remember a tree like that from my childhood. When these stories arise, acknowledge them, and then gently return your attention to the simple act of seeing. See the color, the shape, the light, the texture. What you will begin to discover is astonishing. Within that one simple object, there is an entire world of complexity and beauty that you have never noticed before. The richness was always there, but your mind, in its hurry to label and move on, had overlooked it. This practice is the ultimate training in adaptability. It teaches you that you do not need to travel the world to have a profound experience. You can have a profound experience by looking at a drop of water on your window. It frees you from the dependency on external stimulation for your sense of wonder and joy. Your own power of attention becomes the source of richness. As your physical range may become limited, you discover that your perceptual range is infinite. You are no longer a prisoner of your circumstances. You are an explorer of the immediate world. You learn that the quality of your life is not determined by the distance you travel, but by the depth of your presence in each and every moment.